Here's some tips. If you're listening right now, you want to take some notes. Here's some tips on how to get your offer accepted amongst all the others and what you should do as a buyer. All right, so here's something, and this happened this weekend, and that's why I wanted to share. This particular couple, I just found out early this morning, they got their offer accepted, and they weren't the highest price. They were $20,000 less, $20,000 less than a few others. But they did what nobody else was willing to take the time. They connected with the sellers and the listing agent because the sellers were there at their open house. And I know this is not common, Seth. Sometimes you guys tell sellers not to, not to be there. You don't want to be offended because they're going to say like, well, we don't like the color of your wall here or how you put your furniture here. And that can offend somebody in a negotiating power that sometimes can. But these two ladies absolutely love their home. They've lived there in La Mesa for over 20 years. And they're looking. They have no, well, their children are older, but they have no young children. And they have no pets. This house is part of their family. They've done tons of stuff. They're getting older. They need to retire. They're not able to keep the house up as much as they wanted. They want to make sure that house went to somebody special. And so if you're out there and you're thinking about buying, these are some tips that you want to do. You want to connect. If the seller's there, you want to connect. But this particular buyer not only connected with the seller while they're there at the open house, they took some great pictures of the house with the family in front. It's a young couple with a baby. And they took some great pictures. Then they went home and they wrote a story on what they plan on doing if they were able to get the house, what they would do to the house. And they really connected super well on the story. So you can write a letter, take a picture. Now, a lot of people will tell you that, but really connect. I think that's what a lot of people miss out. What did the seller love about the house? Why did they pick the house when they bought there 20-something years ago? Right? Find out the story about the house. This particular house was built in 1922 by the sheriff of La Mesa. Right? No other buyers asked the seller that or found out information. There was neighbors there because the neighbors were all surprised these ladies were moving on. So those are things you want to do. One of the other things you want to do is we're in a hot market here, is a lot of people get a pre-qual letter, Seth, right? And a pre-qual letter is good. It finds out, hey, if you make $100,000 a year, yeah, you should qualify for a $500,000 house, yada, yada. But it hasn't done any really research. And that's where a true pre-approval, where you're having your credit pulled, you're giving a underwriter your income documentation from your tax returns, your W-2s, your pay stubs, full everything to truly get pre-approved. That's going to help you. Now, I can tell you on the multiple offers that were on this particular one, they all had pre-approvals. The ones that had pre-quals, they didn't even look at those offers, but they all had pre-approvals. But you want the agent and lender on your team. You have a great working relationship with others in the industry. As Seth was talking about, and Brian brought up, him and Justin are really well connected with agents in San Diego, especially in Bay Park. They all know one another. They have coffee. They're very nice one another. It's not just about competition. You want your agent and your lender to know people in the industry. If they're online as your agent or lender, they're not going to know the local community in San Diego, and it's not going to. Your offer is not going to look as strong, even if you are the highest price. Again, this couple got it for $20,000 less. I'm shocked, guys. I seen it happen for $5,000, $20,000. That's a huge thing. Part of that is they're working. They have to be working with me. I know the sellers. I know the agents on both sides, so that really helped connect the dots there. But it's not always the highest price, right? You want to follow the instructions the listing agent puts out. So Seth, when you list your properties, you tell the agents, here's exactly what we need. Here's the terms that we need. We need you to follow these terms. It's amazing how many agents don't follow your instructions, right, Seth?
No, I mean,